Hello students, in today's class we are going to revise the next chapter, Introduction to Three-Dimensional Geometry. It's very easy. We have only two formula. One is distance formula and the other one is section formula. It's a very small and easy chapter where you can score marks. So to start with what we have seen in this chapter, first we have seen the 8 different octants. What are the coordinates of origin here? As usual, 0, 0, 0. In two-dimensional, we have only x and y plane. Here we will have x and y axis. Here we have x, y and z. Okay, and these three coordinate planes divide the space into 8 octants. In two dimension, we have 4 quadrants. In three dimension, we have 8 octants. Okay, coordinates of any point on the axis will be like this. Right, x comma 0 comma 0 if it lies on x axis. If it lies on y axis, 0 comma y comma 0. If it lies on z axis, 0 0 z. If it lies on any plane, for example any point on yz plane will be like this. It will have points coordinates on y and z. The x coordinate will be 0. If it lies on xz plane, then y coordinate will be 0. If it lies on xy plane, then z coordinate will be 0. You have to remember this because you may get like this in a part of a question saying that find the coordinates of the point which lies on xz plane or yz plane. So you should know if it lies on any plane, the other which is missing, that will be 0. Okay. Now get back to the 8 octants. How to remember the 8 octants? Normally we will have x and y, right? The first 4 quadrants with z plane and the next 4 quadrants with z dash plane. The order you should not change, as we will not change the first, second, third and the fourth quadrant in the 2 dimension. The 8 octants positions also you should not change. Okay, so they may give you a point and they ask in which octant they lie. So you should know to identify in which octant it lies. So let me recall how to identify the octants first. So to start with, see, this is x, y and z, and this is x dash, y dash and z dash. We know this already, right? Now this is x, y axis and z axis. Now to start with x, o, y and everything with z. Okay, so x, o, y, z is your first octant. Next, move little, x dash, o, y, z. We are not going to bother about z dash now. Okay, forget about z dash. So x, o, y, z is your first octant. Then x dash, o, y, z will be your second octant. Then x dash, o, y dash, z will be your third octant. Then x, o, y dash, z will be your fourth octant. I repeat, forget about this z dash. X, O, Y, Z, X, O, Y, Z, then X dash, O, Y, Z, then X dash, O, Y dash, Z, then X, O, Y dash, Z. Okay, once you were able to recognize these 4, then the next 4 is easy. The same order, instead of Z, you have to replace it with Z dash. X, O, Y, Z dash, X dash, O, Y, Z dash, X dash, O, Y dash, Z dash, and x, o, y dash, z dash. That's it. These are the 8 octants. How to assign the sign here? See, when you have x, o, y, z, it will be plus. When you have the dash, then it is minus. That's it. So in the first octant, x, o, y, z, x, y, z, all the 3 are positive. In the second octant, x alone is negative, y and z is positive. Likewise, you have to assign the sign for the all the coordinates in the 8 octants. So how will you get questions out of this? They may ask you like this. They will give you the points and they may ask in which octant they lie. So based on the sign, you can judge in which octant they lie. So before that, you list out the octants, then you can check out. Okay. Next, what we have learnt is distance between 2 points. This is the extension of 2 dimension. In 2 dimension, we will be having formula like x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. Now we have z coordinate, so extended plus z2 minus z1 the whole square. That's it. So if 2 points are given, how to find the distance between the 2 points using this formula. Let us see few examples. Now if you see this question, here they have given you the point P is equidistant. Actually in this question they asked you to find the equation of the set of points. Equation of the set of points which are equidistant from the points A and B. They asked you to find the equation of the set of points which is equidistant from the points A and B. Equidistance means equal distant. So let us choose a point P which is equal distant from A and B. So PA will be equal to PB. Okay. So squaring on both sides, the square root will get cancelled. Then you can find PA and PB distance because A and B coordinates are given. So P with A and P with B. Substitute, simplify it, few terms will get cancelled and the remaining you can write it in one side and give the equation. This is the equation of the set of points which is equidistant from A and B. That's it, right? And few more questions are here. First one is a very simple one. Find the distance between the points. So directly you have to substitute. How will you prove that the points are collinear? We have learnt already. How will you prove the points are collinear? 3 points are collinear if they lie on a straight line. So what you should do? Find the distance between 2 points taken as a pair. AB, BC and AC. You have to find all the pairs. AB, BC and AC. Find the distances. Okay. And if you add any two distance, you should get the third one. If you get like that, then the points are collinear. If you don't get like that, then the points are not collinear. It is not necessary you should add A, B and BC, then you should get AC. You can add any two answers, then you should get the third answer. So if you get the number inside square root, don't leave it as such. Factorize it and take the perfect squares out and simplify the answer. Okay. For example, if you get square root of 27, don't leave it as such. You write it as 27 can be written as 9 3s are. So 3 root 3 you can write. So make it as simple as possible so that only your addition will be easier to check out these kinds of results. Because root 27 cannot be added with root 19 or root 20. If the numbers inside the square root is like a variable, like terms only added together. So only if you simplify it, you will come to know. If you have a number with root 3 and a number with root 3, you can add. It's like a variable. Okay. Root 3 plus 2 root 3 will become 3 root 3. Right. Hope you got it. So whenever applying the distance formula, the final answer, if you get in, definitely will get inside square root. So simplify it, prime factorize it, take the perfect squares out and simplify it at most you can. Then only your comparisons and calculations, everything will become easier. Next, get back to this, verify are the vertices of an isosceles triangle. How will you check out whether are the vertices of an isosceles triangle? Any two sides will be equal. If two sides distances are equal, then they will form an isosceles triangle. Right angled triangle, we know Pythagoras theorem. You have to check out Pythagoras theorem. BC square, hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. If you get like this, then it is a right angled triangle. Then parallelogram, opposite sides should be equal. Parallelogram can be checked in two ways. Either opposite sides should be equal, or we know the midpoint formula that we will be learning in the next topic section formula. So using midpoint formula also you can check, because we know in a parallelogram diagonals bisect each other. So you can find the midpoint of the two diagonals like this, AC midpoint and BD midpoint. If both are same, then we can say they form a parallelogram. Then fourth question, find the equation of the set of points which are equidistant from the points. This is what I have shown right now. Next is find the equation of the set of points, the sum of whose distances from A and B is equal to 10. It is similar to the fourth question, but here the distance, sum of the distances. So PA plus PB equal to 10 is given. In this problem, the simplification will become little tougher. So do it carefully. Right, that's what all about distance formula. Let us see what is section formula now. Section formula. What is section formula? If a point divides a line segment joining 2 points, then how to find the coordinates of the dividing point? If it divides internally, then the formula is mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n, my2 plus ny1 divided by m plus n, mz2 plus nz1 divided by m plus n. If it divides externally, then you have to put minus if the ratio is ms to n, right? This is what the section formula. What is meant by section formula? If a point divides the line segment, if a point divides the line segment in the ratio m is to n, then how to find the coordinates of this point? Using this formula, right? Let us see few examples now. See the first question, find the coordinates of the points which divides the line segment joining the points in the ratio internally and externally. It's a very direct question. M is to n, m and n values are given. Internally, externally they have mentioned. 2 points are given. You have to substitute in the formula and check out the answer. That's it. Second question, given that the points are collinear, find the ratio in which Q divides PR. So instead of giving you the ratio, they have given you the coordinates. Collinear means what? All the 3 points lie on a same straight line. They asked you to find the ratio. Whenever you need to find the ratio, you have to assume the ratio as k is to 1 and you have to proceed the problem like this. So let Q divides PR in the ratio k is to 1. Then by section formula, take the ratio as k is to 1 and substitute. Okay. Then we know Q lies in between P and R. P, Q, R are collinear. So we have assumed Q divides the line in the ratio k is to 1. So the coordinates is given. So take this and we have taken the ratio as k is to 1 and we got the remaining coordinates. Whenever to find the ratio, they will give you the coordinates or any clue to find the coordinate. Once you get this, you can equate either x or y or z. You can equate any one of the coordinate and you can find a k value, right? Now here I have equated the x coordinate, but it's not necessary you have to do with x. Whichever you are finding it easy, you can do. So 9k plus 3 divided by k plus 1 equal to 5. So cross multiply. When you are cross multiplying it, kindly be careful. Many of you will stop multiplying only with k. You have to do with 1 as well. So 5k plus 5. Then group the like terms and simplify it. We got k equal to 2 by 4, which is nothing but 1 by 2. So k is equal to 1 by 2 means k by 1 equal to 1 by 2. So the ratio k is to 1 is nothing but 1 is to 2. This is how only you have to find the ratio. So to find the ratio, you have to assume it k is to 1, substitute in the formula, equate any one of the coordinate, find the value of k, then give your ratio. That's it. See the next problem, as I told you, they asked you to find the ratio in which YZ plane divides the line segment formed by joining the points. Instead of giving you the coordinates directly, they have given you the dividing point lies on YZ plane. So in the introduction of the chapter, I told you if a point lies on YZ plane, then its x coordinate will be 0. So you can take the coordinates of the point as 0, y, z. So when finding the ratio, we will equate, right? So here we have a known value x is 0. So you can equate the x coordinate to 0 like this. Here instead of this point, you have to take it as 0, y, z, and you can equate the x coordinate to 0 and you can find out very well what is k. Okay. The next question, show that the points are collinear. How to prove the points are collinear using section formula? Normally, they will just give you prove that the points are collinear. You can go with the distance formula. If they mention, then you have to adopt the same method. Here they asked you to prove it using section formula. So using section formula, how will you prove? So you have to take the ratio as k is to 1 and take any point P. We don't know whether they are collinear or not. Okay. So we are going to choose one point in between the two given points and we are going to check whether it lies on the line or not. So k is to 1, you take the ratio and we got the 3 points by taking A and B. Now we are going to check whether this P is equal to C or not. Okay. How to check this P equal to C or not? We are going to take any one value of C. Now I am going to take the x coordinate. I am going to take x coordinate and equate the first value and find out the value of k. Again resubstitute this k value in the P point. We got 0, 1 by 3, 2, which is nothing but our C. and hence the point P and C coincide, and hence A, B, C are collinear. This how only you have to give your conclusion using section formula. If it's with distance formula, we will find the distance between 2 points taken at a time, and we will check sum of two distances is equal to the third distance or not. So if they don't mention, you can adopt any method as you wish. If they mention, you have to go with the method only. Okay. And the last question, they asked you to find the point of trisection. Trisection means what? Dividing into three equal halves. Bisection means dividing into two equal halves. Trisection means three equal halves. To divide the line segment into three equal halves, we need 2 points. So they asked you to find the coordinates of these 2 points. Since they are dividing it equally, it is going to be 1:1:1 ratio. All the three parts are going to be equal. So how to find the A coordinate for P and Q? Taking the ratio as 1:2. Taking the ratio as 1:2 and taking these 2 points, you can find the coordinates of A. Similarly, how to find the coordinates of B? Taking the ratio as 2:1. Okay, you can find what is P and Q. So that's it about section formula. Hope you recalled all the things what we have learnt under this chapter. And there is another formula which is called midpoint formula. This is just an extension or result of the section formula. As I told you, if it's going to be the midpoint, the ratio is going to be 1:1. The point will divide in the ratio 1:1 if it is going to be midpoint, right? So instead of m and n, we have to put 1 and 1 in the section formula. So the formula will reduce to x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2, z1 plus z2 divided by 2. So this is the midpoint formula. I told you for the parallelogram problem, right? So you can use this formula, or any problem involving midpoint, you can use this. If suppose they ask you to find the length of the median in a triangle, so median means it's a line segment drawn from the vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. So you can find the midpoint by using this formula, and then you can go with the distance formula, right? And one more formula is there for centroid. Centroid is the meeting point of all the medians in a triangle. So all the three vertices of the triangle will be given. How to find the centroid? x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3, z1 plus z2 plus z3. This is z3. z3 divided by 3. This is the formula to find the centroid of the triangle. That's it all about introduction to three-dimensional geometry. Hope I recalled everything, and you also recapped what are all the things we have learnt in this chapter. So I want you to do all these problems as a practice and post it in the group. If you have doubts, you can ask me. Thank you, students.